fascinating character that I was totally taken with when I was a kid, and I never grew out of it. I never grew out of it.
So when you talk
And I
about,
hope I
say,
never.
the core aspects, the things that tend to pop up in every version. I mean, do you think that's because the story resonates with the idea of like fighting against oppressors, and there's someone who
No,
is there to
it's
help
just
the
a,
people?
it's just a great story. It's got everything you want, isn't it? It's got the hero, it's got the villain. You know exactly who the hero and the villain are. You know in the end it's going to kind of turn out to be a happy ending. Even when Robin Hood dies at the end of the original story, it's still kind of a happy ending, because what he does was he turns himself into this legendary character by dying and then shooting the arrow through Kirklees window, which he never did, by the way. But he shot this arrow said to call Kirklees window. In actual fact, in the original stories, it wasn't one arrow, it was two. It was two arrows that he shot. One fell into the river, which ran hard by. The other one was said to have sailed off into Sherwood Forest, uh, which again I doubt very much, because Sherwood Forest and Kirklees Abbey are not exactly close. Yeah,
Well, even a
and
longbow
that
shoots what,
grave, that
60 to 90
grave
feet?
they've got at Kirklees, that grave they've got at Kirklees, which is said to be Robin Hood's grave, it's been moved at least 7 times since the Victorian period. It's a folly. You know,
It's a tourist trap.
so it's ridiculous, ridiculous. But again, it's just a great story. You've got everything in there. You've got the romance, you've got the action, you've got the hero and the bad guys. You know exactly where you stand. It's very, very easy to follow, and it's not convoluted. It's not convoluted. What people have done to the story has made it more convoluted. But the original story, good guy, bad
So,
guy, girl.
I guess when I think about a story, I think about one thing I really enjoy about all stories is the complexity of the guy who's the oppressor, who's the enemy, as it were. If that character is good and has depth, the story, the hero is made better. So when I think about the Robin Hood character, I'm not only aware of the sheriff, I'm also aware of the King John edition and the Guy of Gisborne edition. So he's not fighting one character in the Romantic Spies version. He's
Well,
actually fighting three in a way.
you just mentioned Guy Gisborne. This proves how kind of non-heroic Robin Hood was, because in Guy Gisborne and Robin Hood, they have a fight. Guy Gisborne manages to catch Robin Hood in the side. Robin Hood kills Guy Gisborne, cuts his head off, which was what is known as an Irish knife, sticks it on the end of a pole, and walks into Nottingham with it. I mean that's not really heroic, is it?
I
you know,
guess
you don't,
it's pretty commonplace in certain parts of the world, but not here.
vicious. Yeah, it's just vicious, and that's what he was. He was a vicious gutter criminal who didn't care who you were. He would have robbed a poor man as well as a rich man. He'd have probably slit your throat as well and disappeared off into the woods. You know, it's again, like I was saying, I got kind of sidetracked. But when you look at Robin Hood and the gang, in the original stories, he had 140 men following him. 140. Where are you going to hide 140 men in the forest? It's ridiculous. That's just too many men. So what was, if you think about the common sense, and when you're looking at these kind of things, you have to use common sense. How can Robin Hood have been robbing somebody in Calverton, and robbing somebody just outside Nottingham, and robbing somebody in Hucknall? Because what
Everyone's
they
got the
used to
same
do
name.
was they'd split the gang up into smaller groups, and each captain who was in charge of that smaller group was called Robin Hood.
I'm Spartacus. I'm Spartacus.
Exactly. Again, it's one of these things that, common sense prevails when you're looking at legend. It really does. Because there are some things in these legendary stories, especially medieval style legendary stories, that are just blatant